It's Youmacon 2013, and the gaming year has brought us a lot of great stories.
But, on the other hand, it has given us some serious stinkers.
And we're here to talk about the less attractive news stories this year.
Now, members of our Show Me Your News community can make top 10s about whatever they want, but it's our panel, so it's our choice. I'm Youko.
I'm Super.
I'm Tony.
And these are the top 10 gaming fails of 2013. So where do you get your gaming news from? Fox News? Oh, why not show me your news? There you go, you're at this panel. So Fox News talked about Assassin's Creed 3 when the DLC, The Tyranny of King Washington, came out in February of this year, and they were none too pleased.
Fox News, not pleased.
Shocker, I know. Not only was a French company making a game about the American icon inconceivable, but releasing it after their day of celebrating George Washington, the founding father, just ridiculous.
Inconceivable? I don't know if you know what that word means.
Maybe they got him confused with Obama.
So yes, clearly a game about alternate history must be taken as a national threat.
We.
You heard of Mighty Number 9? Sure, everybody has. It was all over the internet. It spread like wildfire. It made $1 million in 48 hours. So why is it on this list? Well, it was made because Capcom wouldn't make us a Mega Man game to begin with. And then it went on to make $4 million before it was even released that Capcom didn't want.
Thank goodness that Capcom didn't sue in response.
Because Beck is totally not Mega Man, right? I mean, I guess good on Capcom for, realizing that the creator should have control of his own work, but how do you miss this opportunity with all of the games that you've canceled recently?
Maybe they can still do, some sort of executive producer bit, or publish.
But at this point, with the move it represents, would you really even want to have your name associated with it?
One thing's for sure, after 3 canceled Mega Man games, it's sure clear that nobody wants a Mega Man game, right?
In the wake of the Sandy Hook shooting, the NRA came out and said that video games were the shadow industry that sows violence against its own people. And, in the wake of that press conference, they released their own video game for ages 4 and up.
That's right, it's called NRA Practice Range, and I know shooting at targets is one thing, but if video games are such a shadow industry, what if there are people in there? It's all the same, right, NRA?
Disregarding the fact that there have been numerous studies that don't prove any correlation between violence and video games, and the fact that we have age ratings in place.
But Mortal Kombat's a great example to show, guns in video games, right?
You can get the NRA Practice Range from the iOS App Store for under $1.
Rayman Legends was an amazing game, but that's not why it's on the list. It was actually set to be released way earlier this year, and Wii U is really needing some exclusives on its console.
More like it's still in need of software, am I right?
But right around release time, they decided to delay it to put it on all other consoles as well, screwing Nintendo even further.
And creating a lesser product on the other consoles.
Would you believe it? The Wii U version sold the best. I know, right? Like it was made for that system. But then he still called the game a failure because it didn't sell as well for the other systems. Gee, I wonder why.
I mean, the game was complete. They could have at least released it on the Wii U while they went and made all the other ports. But no one gets to play it at all.
Let's keep it simple. When your game is done, release it. Don't delay it for 6 months. It's been a year kind of defined by shaky online game launches. I mean, Grand Theft Auto Online comes to mind.
But this year, I think we all can remember the bumbling corpse that is SimCity.
Don't you guys remember playing SimCity on its launch day, though?
I remember a screen that said that I couldn't play.
See, the developer Maxis and the publisher EA, they tried to make the game online only, and then there were things written in the code that actually, timed players out, and a whole bunch of things that were discovered that really just got under gamers' skins.
It's really no surprise that SimCity 4, the predecessor to Max's new SimCity, ended up getting played a lot more that week.
Don't worry, hackers were still able to play 5 just fine though.
And at the end of the day, EA still thinks the game is a success. So there you go.
It all started with a very promising E3 demo. And don't get me wrong, I love the Alien movies. It's like one of my favorite movie series.
So you had to be all excited for it, right?
Actually, I kind of saw that Sega was publishing it and kind of figured it would end up being bad even with all the good reception the demo was getting.
But with Gearbox helming it after the extremely successful Borderlands 2, I really thought it was going to do well.
But it's Sega publishing a movie series, of course it's going to be bad.
Aliens Colonial Marines turned into one of the laughingstocks of video games this year, and with footage like this, it's clear to see why.
In the end, though, they leave it to the fans to actually find fun in this game. Through use of hacking, which seems to be coming up a lot on this list, we have a new metagame emerging, tactical debugging action adventure.
So these are gaming fails, and while this next story may not seem like gaming related, it actually is. See, it all starts with a League of Legends game, and some kids are trash talking on Facebook afterwards.
But after one particularly bad game, one gamer, in all of his salt, ended up saying a couple things on Facebook that he really shouldn't have, and completely frightened a Canadian mother.
So they put him in jail.
Yes, it didn't show common sense to say that you're going to shoot up a school full of kids, LOL JK, but what kind of world do we live in where a hypersensitive mother goes and reports him and he gets put in jail?
A mother from another country.
Just happening to look on the computer.
All in all, this entire story reeks of double plus ungood. With a funky-looking controller and a library that didn't exactly run well, the Ouya was Kickstarter's first abysmal failure.
It seemed so promising at the time, but when a lot of people are buying it just to run emulators on it, yeah, you kind of have a problem.
We as gamers are already used to putting emulators on just about everything we can, and the most useful are portable, which the Ouya is sadly not.
They didn't even let it into E3 this year.
Ouya has no games.
And if you've never heard of Ouya, well, there you go. So say you're at the carnival and you want to win that Xbox 360 with Kinect.
And you have no idea how much money it is.
And you'd think you're just so skilled that you can win those rigged games.
No matter how many tries.
No matter how much money.
So this happened to Henry Gribome of New Hampshire, and he spent $2,600, or his entire life savings, being swindled over this carnival game.
You could probably get 8 Xboxes with that, I think.
But then College Humor reimbursed him and got his stuffed banana that he won. He was on Tosh.0. This guy seemed to make it out great, all for having a gambling problem. Alright, before we get to the biggest gaming fail of 2013, let's do a quick recap. Number 10, the Fox News outrage over Assassin's Creed 3 George Washington DLC.
Number 9, Inafune's win, Capcom's fail.
Number 8, NRA blames video games for violence and then releases one.
Number 7, that Rayman Legends delay.
Number 6, SimCity always online and crashes and burns.
Number 5, Aliens Colonial Marines.
Number 4, a boy gets thrown in jail over a poor taste Facebook joke.
Number 3, Ouya!
And number 2, man loses life savings over 360 and Kinect.
Now it's time for number 1.
Where do you even start with this?
Okay, look, the Xbox One is not going to be a bad system. The system itself is not the failure, but it's how it was handled this year.
It didn't help that they revealed all their information with absolutely no games to go with it.
And then when they were even asked questions about the system, they couldn't even give reporters a straight answer.
Always online, not being able to play used games, all these negative things that they just wouldn't elaborate on.
It really felt like somebody on their marketing team needed to be fired. Oh wait,
Fortunately, we have a product for people who aren't able to get some form of connectivity. It's called Xbox 360.
Right. So stick with 360. That's your message. If you don't.
Well,
It honestly felt like whenever we asked them about these things, they were just like, come on guys, you're stupid, you should like all this stuff, it's gonna be cool, you're stupid.
Well, and that's because Microsoft was trying to determine what the industry needed as opposed to listening to their fans. And when they did listen to their fans, some even gave them kudos for listening, when it was really just reactionary because they were losing sales.
They had to listen to the applause during the Sony conference, that's for sure.
For instance, PlayStation 4 won't impose any new restrictions on the use of PS4 gamers.
but hey, all of you with your day one pre-orders, you guys get an achievement.
So that does it for the top 10 gaming fails of the year. It's been a crazy one, guys.
And this is only our list. There was much more this year.
Well, we look forward to more next year, right guys?
Absolutely. Let us know in the comments if you can think of any other gaming fails from this year, and you can find out how to make your own top 10s by visiting showmeyournews.com/top 10. With that, I'm Youko,
I'm Super.
I'm Tony.
and we're out.
See you next year, Yomicon.